Hi guys, today I am going to be talking to you about one of the most embarrassing situations that I've probably endured in a long time, or one of the most embarrassing situations I've ever encountered. So last night we went to the cinema, me and the girlfriend, and we went to see Rampage in 3D. So we pre-booked the tickets using the Cineworld app, and then we made our way up to the cinema. Now everything was okay, we got up the stairs, we printed our tickets out through the self-certification machine, and we took them over to the door number which said screen 1 to screen 12 or something like that, whatever. And the little lady, she told the tickets to void them, and she was like, okay, screen 1, your movie's in screen 1. And I forgot the 3D glasses, so I had to run back with the vouchers, and I was like, can I have two pairs of the 3D glasses please? And she gave me them. So that was, everything was fine, and I was looking quite forward to see the movie. So we walked into the cinema hall and we were looking at the coordinates on the floor for the letters. It was G14 and G15 that we were actually supposed to be in. But as we went up to G and we went across, it turns out that there was two people sitting inside our seats. So I was kind of pissed off at this point, but I never really said anything. I just kind of sat down on the seats next to them, and I wasn't too happy about it. But I started to think, okay, what happens if somebody comes and we are now sitting in their seats? So the trailers were on at the start of the movie, and 5 or 10 minutes went by, and before you know it, somebody came and said, excuse me, you're sitting in our seats. And I was like, okay, sorry mate. I was like, somebody's actually sitting in our seats, G14 and 15. Now I said it loud enough for these people who were in our chairs to hear me saying that, and I was kind of expecting them to move at this point. But they never budged, they never even said a thing. So I was kind of getting a little bit more angry at this point. So I walked past them. Obviously they heard, and I sat on the chairs next to them. And I was like, okay, it's happened once, what's the chances it can happen again? So another 5 minutes went by. Another two people came. Sorry, but you're sitting in our seats. So I stood up and I was like, oh, you know, this is a joke. I was like, there's somebody sitting in our seats. So I walked over to the two people and I said, excuse me, I've got a ticket here saying G14 and G15, screen 1. Is there any chance, I says, you can maybe move to another seat? Because as far as I was concerned, they can't have two tickets printed out for the same seats. It just doesn't work unless there was a severe computer glitch or something. And he pulled out his ticket and he was like, is it G14 and 15? And I was like, yeah, it's G14 and 15. And he's like, he puts his ticket up to me and I'm like, G14 and 15? So his chairs were the same as mine. And I began to think, okay, what the hell? And I looked at the top of the ticket and everything just started flowing in and out. I didn't even know what to say. And the other boy who said we were sitting in his seat, he turns around to me and he's like, what movie is it you're here to see? And I couldn't even think. I was that embarrassed at that point. I was like, we're in the wrong screen. We are in the wrong screen. So before you know it, I'm embarrassingly asking this guy that asked us to move first to check underneath the chair to see if he could find the 3D glasses, because my girlfriend thought she dropped them under the chair. And he got his phone out, and this isn't when the movie was on, it was on the trailers, thank God. But anyway, what happened was he couldn't see them. So I went out and I says to the girl, I was like, excuse me, I said, this ticket states screen 1, but I've just went in there and our seats were apparently taken, but it's a different movie that's shown inside that screen. So she told me to go over to speak to the manager, and I went over to speak to the manager and try and explain to him what the hell's going on, or if he could tell me what the hell was going on. So I went over and they basically said, can I help you? And I was like, yeah. I says, I've got a bit of a problem here. I said, I've just went into screen 1 and it turns out this is not the movie that's playing in screen 1 at 8 o'clock. So out of confusion, I'm sitting there embarrassed. My face is honestly like as red as that poster. I'm not even joking. It was as red as that poster right there, and I'm just sitting with my arms on this, and I'm just going, oh my god. And then she's like, that movie isn't out yet. And I was like, you're joking. And then I was thinking to myself, like, why did they allow the ticket to be printed off so far in advance? I get the point. I was thinking about it a little bit, and I get the point. If you can, maybe you want to give them as a gift, maybe inside a card, a birthday card or something like that, then you can understand. But the fact that the machine didn't say anything, that the movie wasn't on at this particular time, is beyond me. Even the woman at the door that told the ticket, she obviously just looked at the screen number 1, and I know, I get the point, there's a lot of movies on, it's not her fault, I totally understand. It's obviously just routine. Okay, screen 5, okay, screen 8, you get the drift. But anyway, this is where it kind of brings it down to the app where I booked the movie. Basically, the app has 1.8 stars, and I don't know why, but I downloaded it anyway. I probably regret it now. I don't know if I'll use the app again because it's accident prone. Basically, all of the movies that are showing on that day, or the ones that are shown in particular, are mixed in with the ones that are coming soon, which is just not right. You just don't do that, you know what I mean? You just don't do it. It doesn't make sense to have a section here and a section here, one for now viewing and one for coming soon, and that's that. Because they were all mixed in, and I was like, as far as I don't even know. But the fact that everything was just mixed in, you just take for granted that that's the movies that are shown, because you're thinking to yourself, why would this be showing me a movie for, well, even if you did think that, why would it be showing me it for 6 days in advance? I get the point, there is bookings and stuff like that, but come on, coming soon, now showing. Don't put them together. Just do not put them together. It doesn't make any sense. And I was sitting there, okay, at that desk, and I says to the woman, I was like, okay, she's like, you can come back in 5 days in the 11th and you can come and see it. And I was like, no. I says, I came up here tonight to see a film. I says, I need a refund. So she was like, yeah, I can do that. I'll just get this man over here. And I was like, okay, right. And he's like, I need your card. And I'm like, where the hell is my card? So I don't know where my card is. I've just embarrassed myself enough, so I've not got my card, and I'm thinking, where have I put this? Because I used change to buy sweets and crisps and stuff like that before actually going in. So I'm beginning to panic, like, where's my bank card? Because I had my rent thing in it, like my bus card. I've just a lot of private and kind of confidential cards and stuff like that, basically. But most of all, bank card and the bus card, which I use on a daily basis, you know what I mean? I use it on a daily basis. So I then went over to my girlfriend and I checked through the bag, and I was pulling everything out. I was starting to panic even more, and I'm like, where's my card? Where is it? And I got to the point where I was like, you'll just need to transfer my girlfriend the money right now. I was like, I don't have my card. I've possibly left it in the car. Thankfully, I did leave it in the car. But when I got in the car to drive up there, my phone came out of my pocket, and obviously the cards fell out with it. But I didn't know, and it was down the side of the seat. But come on, Cineworld, come on, update that app. Don't leave it like that. coming soon and now showing are mixed in together. Like, that is just the worst scenario, and it's prone. And the date that it was even releasing was like, it was so small, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Like, you know what I mean? I'm even going red thinking about it. Oh, it was so embarrassing, man. It was so embarrassing. But that, guys, if you're still viewing right now, was my most embarrassing scenario or experience, if not the most ever embarrassing experience ever at Cineworld. We did go and see Death Wish, and it was a great film. Highly recommend it. Really violent, but I highly recommend it. Nice Bruce Willis film if you're a fan of his work. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.